What is stress?
Stress is simply defined as your body's response to stressful events, such as demanding or difficult tasks and situations. There are two types of stress we experience: acute stress and chronic stress. We experience acute stress in response to short-term demands or pressure. This can be explained by the fight-or-flight response. This is a bodily reaction we all have when facing a potential threat. For example, when encountering a bear in the woods, we experience physiological symptoms such as sweating, dilation of pupils, increased heart rate, and increased blood pressure. In that moment, we automatically choose to either fight or flee. Experiencing these symptoms primes our body for any reaction we choose and are therefore evolutionarily beneficial for us. Contrasting that, chronic stress is the stress we feel for long periods of time. During chronic stress, we experience similar symptoms to acute stress. However, since they are felt for a prolonged period, instead of being beneficial, they become harmful. When we face a stressful situation, many systems in our body, including the immune system, will respond. The immune system is made up of lymphocytes. Lymphocytes are white blood cells that fight the battles against invaders in your body. One way to regulate the immune system and stress response is the secretion of hormones due to stimulation from a brain region called the hypothalamus. When we face a sudden, acute stressor, hormones like cortisol and epinephrine, otherwise known as adrenaline, are released from the adrenal glands found on top of your kidney due to signaling from the hypothalamus.
These hormones then travel to your bloodstream where lymphocytes and innate immune cells, which are the first cells to respond to an infection, are found.
Lymphocytes have receptors for the hormones that are upregulated during an acute stress response, meaning they become more responsive to these hormones. These interactions will then cause the release of pro-inflammatory cytokines from these lymphocytes. Cytokines are chemical messengers in your body which are used to facilitate cell-to-cell communication, essentially passing messages between cells. Pro-inflammatory cytokines will cause increased inflammation during the stress response. This increase in inflammation prepares your body to fight off injury or infection during the fight-or-flight response, providing us with a beneficial response to the stressor. So why does stress negatively affect our immune system? What's the catch? It's not that acute stress is bad for you, but prolonged exposure to stress will have detrimental effects. When chronic stress occurs, cortisol and epinephrine are constantly released in your body. Eventually, lymphocytes will have been responding to the same signal for so long they become insensitive to it. Due to this insensitivity, they no longer release pro-inflammatory cytokines. This will therefore increase your susceptibility to infections and diseases. Your lymphocytes have even been found to decrease in numbers. So what are some possible treatments for chronic stress? The best treatment for stress is most likely prevention. There are various methods for preventing stress, such as healthy diet, exercise, meditation, music, craft, and any other creative or active outlets that interest you. For some people, stress is related to the dysfunction of the hypothalamus. Therefore, specific antidepressants can be used to help alleviate these conditions by decreasing cortisol release. Though people associate stress as a psychological concept, it has physiological effects on your immune system. In today's reality, it is beneficial to learn to manage your responses to stress before it takes a toll on your physical health.